Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. So we have a Doctor News update for you. We have ratings news. We have a rumour about no full season of Doctor Who in 2021 and it not returning till 2022. That's an unconfirmed rumour. We'll discuss that in a moment. But what we do have, we have an official confirmation via the Mirror, and that is basically Chris Chibnall's mouthpiece, and he's been talking with them, and he's been telling them that the Cybermen will be front and centre in the two-part season 12 finale. And there's also rumours as a Christmas special of the Daleks, a Dalek civil war, and I've spoken about this on another video. So what can we gauge from the rumours that Doctor Who won't have a full season 13 to 2022? Now, don't forget, this is pretty much what happened last year. We had one special in 2019, and then we got a brand new season this year. So basically, it's the same thing as before. So even though not many people are going with this rumour, it's the way Chris Chibnall likes to work. He likes to take his time. The investment in Doctor Who's still there. So I believe this is what's going to happen. I think we will get this Dalek kind of festive special Civil War story, but I don't think it's going to be a Christmas Day episode. I think they'll want to put it on New Year's Day so they can say, well, you've got an adventure in 2021. We'll be back in 2022, New Year's Day, for season 13 of Doctor Who. Now, of course, we could have a brand new Torchwood series in 2021. It will be unlikely, the maths wouldn't really work out, but that's something that will make me really, really happy, because even if we don't have season 13 next year, at least we'd have John Barrowman back as Captain Jack and getting Gwen Cooper back and the team back together, although the rest of them are dead. Now, let's talk about the ratings news. The ratings news was 3.97 overnight million viewers. And of course, the people who don't like this era of Doctor Who are very, very excited. They're getting very warm, very wet and windy. Let's be clear. Series 10 had bigger dips than Season 12 has had so far. And what happened after that? The BBC invested even more in Chris Chibnall's vision of Doctor Who. So basically 3.97 is a bit of a drop, right? It's not a big amount of ratings, but all in all, when you count everything, at the end of the day, Doctor Who, even with overnights, you're looking around 4 million viewers. That's a great share, still a great share of the audience. It may not be the highest share, but Doctor Who numbers have been dropping since Russell T Davies stopped running this franchise. It's just one of those things. He was winning awards every year. David Tennant was winning awards. It was at a high at that time, right? So I'm not worried about the ratings. Doctor Who is going nowhere. So, as I said, prediction, no Doctor Who Series 13 next year. The special on New Year's Day. The Series 13 probably will air 2022. Now, Chris Chibnall has been talking to the Mirror yet again about the two-part season finale of Doctor Who. Chris Chibnall has revealed details for the explosive Series 12 two-part finale. It's been revealed the two-part finale will feature the Doctor and her friends battle an army of Cybermen. This is what Chris had to say. It's probably one of the most epic space opera stories we've done. Wow. It's a big, big Cyberman story. The last two-parter, there are a lot of Cybermen coming in this series. It might start with one Cyberman, which obviously it will, because Captain Jack warned us about the lone Cyberman. But you'll see a lot. It's as epic and emotional as the opening two-parter. Cool, I hope so. That was awesome. I know it takes place across a big distance from space. There's fantastic spaceships. There's Cybermen. Julie Graham, who played Ruby in the Sarah Jane Adventures, will be starring in the finale, and she will be playing this awesome hero, by the way. Now, I don't remember this actress or character from Sarah Jane, but I don't remember the Sarah Jane Adventures really well as much as I enjoyed it, so I can't help you there. And it's really, really exciting. I'm also really excited about this Mary Shelley episode. We'll talk about that in a moment. So how is this going to play out? Some people are saying, hang on a minute, isn't he gonna wrap up the Timeless Child arc? Isn't he gonna talk about, the Dr. Ruth and all of that? Listen, and I've tried to tell you guys before, it's my theory that this whole arc that started with Tim Shaw, however you pronounce his name, saying the word the Timeless Child, right? This is an era-defining arc. The Timeless Child, this Doctor that we've never seen before, yes, questions will be answered and new questions will be posed, and that's exciting. I don't want all this wrapped up. I don't want all this in a neat package and finished. This will go on, and I predict it will go on right up to the 60th anniversary, and that's where he'll wrap it up. And that's maybe where Chris Chibnal will finish his Doctor Who era. So I believe in the two-part finale, there will be a mention and references to Dr. Ruth and the Timeless Child. He may answer some questions. Now, I think the lone Cyberman has something to do with this whole arc. Remember Captain Jack's warning to the fan. Don't give the lone Cyberman what he wants. What could that be? Well, I think he could want one of the companions, a specific companion, and I think it could be Yaz. I think it could be Yaz. I do feel something happened to her in Spyfall Part 1. She was acting really strangely in Praxis this week as well. So, yes. So, just to reaffirm, it's the two-part series finale will be a proper Dalek space opera battle with spaceships and the lot. And I can't wait to see what Chris Chibnal has done with this. But also, there's a really special historical episode about Mary Shelley. And this does look interesting. So let's read this article. Doctor Who boss teases irresistible Mary Shelley and Lord Byron ghost story episode. Will the Cybermen inspire Frankenstein? Ooh! Chris Chibnall says the truth may be more complicated. So again, this episode, which I'm assuming it's not part of the two-part finale, this looks like a lead-in to the two-part finale. That's very exciting. After already visiting Ada Lovelace, Norton 8, Khan, and Nikola Tesla, an upcoming episode of Doctor Who will drop Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS team in on another handful of key historical figures: Mary Shelley, Lord Byron, and Percy Shelley. Wow! Specifically, the TARDIS will arrive on the famed night in 1816 when all three writers and some others were engaged in a contest of ghost stories at the Villa Diodati in Geneva. And speaking to Radio Times, Doctor Who showrunner Chris Chibnall has revealed more about what we can expect from the current series, 8 episodes, including whether those rumours of Cyberman influencing Mary Shelley's greatest work have any truth in them. Interesting. We'll be seeing Mary Shelley and Lord Byron on the night she writes Frankenstein, Chibnall said. Maxine Alderton, who's written that episode, is an absolute Mary Shelley and Byron, not a buff. She's an expert. She studied them. She loves them. She knew all about them. She came with a great idea. I'm excited about this, by the way. And it was completely irresistible. I think to spend a night with them in a haunted house feels absolutely prime Doctor Who territory. I agree. Part of Alderton's pitch was apparently to cast those literally luminised age appropriately, employing young actors including Lily Miller, who I love by the way, and Nadia Parks, Jacob Collins-Levi, and Maxim Baldry and Lewis Rayner, who more closely matched how old the Villa Diodati guests actually were, as opposed to how we usually imagine them. There's a very, very young cast because Mary Shelley was 18 that night, Chibnall told us. Maxine had a great take on the characters just because there's such a young group of characters. Sometimes that gets a bit lost, how young they were when they were creating these incredible works. As for what kind of threat the TARDIS team will be facing in the episode, Chibnall was more coy. deflecting long-running rumours that the return of classic cyborg foes to Cybermen in the story would end up inspiring the similar man-made Frankenstein's monster. Interesting. There is a ghost story, Chibnal said firmly when we asked about the Cybermen. I would be looking far more to a ghost story at the Villa Diodati because that house looks very haunted to me. But whether it's Cybermen or some new creatures causing the trouble, our heroes will clearly be facing a literate litany of dangers when they touch down in Switzerland. Maybe they should have just checked out a few English textbooks. After all. So that's the end of the article. So I like this episode. So it looks like the final episodes of this series of Doctor Who are not going to be fillers. We've got, Can You Hear Me or whatever it's called. That looks really on point. That looks scary and exciting. And it looks like a psychological threat to the fam and the Doctor. So that's interesting as well. This Mary Shelley episode looks really good. And we've got the Cybermen. I think the Cybermen there will be an element involved with the Cybermen in that, and it will lead into the two-part finale, which of course is very, very exciting. And finally on this video, I'm going to read you my Doctor Who fiction thread that I posted on Twitter, and it is connected to this whole Chibnal arc. So this is the final part of today's video, so take a listen to this. Hello, Doctor. My name is Albert. Oh, sorry. I'm like this immortal that observes creation. The Master was correct. Everything you think you know is a lie. I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to give you back what they took from you. I'm going to tell you about the Time Lords. Well, they're not really Time Lords, more like blood-sucking travellers who take anything they can from other civilizations, like the planet Candice. They found a child, took her back to Gallifrey. You see, the Time Lords didn't naturally have the ability to regenerate or time travel. They took it from the timeless child. They cloned her, used her knowledge, then wiped her mind. Then she, the child, regenerated. Remember being a child on Gallifrey, Doctor? Always feeling like something was missing, that you didn't belong. You don't really remember why you left Gallifrey with Susan, do you? Because you got total recall, Doctor. It's you, Doctor. You are the timeless child. I couldn't let you die at the crest of the end of time, or last time before you regenerated. The Time Lords, they corrupted everything. Even I'm not sure how these other versions of you are appearing. They're you, but also not you. So please let me know in the comments down below, what you thought of my awfully read Doctor Who fiction thread. Let me know what you think. Could this be true? Could this be what Chris Chibnall's doing? So comment down below, like the video, share the video, please share the channel, and I'll be back later on with even more Doctor Who videos. See you then.